Here are some easy tips for whipped cream success. Now, first, off the top, make sure you're using cream with enough fat, a minimum of 30% butter fat. 35% is ideal. You can put that in your mixer or use electric beaters. If I'm whipping any volume higher than, say, half a cup, 125 ml, I always use an electric tool. Otherwise, a small amount you can whisk by hand. I'll get my whip attachment ready. And before I start, I'm going to add a simple ingredient that really helps to stabilize your whipped cream. And by that I mean, when you whip cream and then put it in the fridge, after an hour to 90 minutes, you'll notice it starts to separate and you get a pool of liquid at the bottom. So to stabilize your whipped cream, if you're just using it to dollop on top of fruit or other desserts, add a tablespoon or 8 grams of instant skim milk powder to your whipping cream. You can add it at any point during the whipping process, so you can add it now, or if you forget, stir it in afterwards. And that protein in the skim milk powder bonds with the fat molecules once you have your whipped cream, and it will hold its volume. Now I'll whip it on high speed. The cream is cold. Let's go. Now that my cream is nearly whipped, I can sweeten it up a bit. And you can use granulated sugar or icing sugar, a maximum of 1.5 tablespoons. Honestly, it really is to taste. So I'm just going to put in a little bit so I can serve this with fresh strawberries. Now, if you want to transform your whipped cream into Chantilly cream, sounds difficult. All it takes is a splash of vanilla extract. And I'll continue to whip. So this gives your cream a chance to let the sugar dissolve within it. If I'm just serving my cream on its own, I go for a soft, gentle whip like this that's a little looser. If I'm folding it into a mousse, I might whip it a little bit further. That way, it can handle the working in as I fold the whipped cream into, say, a chocolate mousse base. Now, that said, it's so easy to over whip your cream, and you can tell the difference, and I'm going to do this for you so you can see, is it goes from being soft and a beautiful white color to taking on almost a creamy buttery tone, because that's what you're on your way to doing, making butter, but it doesn't look as smooth. So let me intentionally over whip my cream. So this cream is just a little bit over whipped. It still has its volume, which is double the volume from its liquid measure, but it's not quite as smooth. It's a little more dense, and it won't feel smooth and silky when you're tasting it. So the easy fix, if you do this a lot, then always hold a little whipping cream in reserve, and all you have to do is add up to 1 tablespoon of fluid cream to your over whipped cream. So you don't have to throw your cream away and start again. But what you do is then, just using a whisk or your whip attachment, stir that in, and you can see now it has softened and smoothed out the cream. Back to the point you missed 30 seconds or a minute ago. So that's it. Some great tips so you can make successful whipped cream every time.